Oh,
All right.
good.
All
Okay,
right.
so we can we can go ahead and start now if you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So what's going on today, guys? We're here with a special guest, Mr. Chad Chig Martin. He is a governor or a candidate for governor of Alabama. Would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Martin?
Yeah. And thank you so much. It's great to be on your show based out of Marion County, Alabama, one of our beautiful rural counties here in the state. And I'm Chad Chig Martin. I'm out of the Wiregrass region of Alabama, which is southeast Alabama. Enterprise, Alabama is my home. I'm a small businessman. I feel like I'm an innovative businessman as I started the first hemp and CBD store in the state of Alabama history. And, I just believe in, I'm not a candidate that's really runs on party lines. I'm just who I am and just like a regular type guy that deserves to try to work with all our people here in the state.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you coming on. It's an honor, man.
Yeah, me too. It's an honor for me too.
So I got a few questions I want to start here with. I got wrote down for you.
Okay.
When did you first realize you would be a good candidate for governor of Alabama?
Um, you know, I think I got in my upper 40s and I started just noticing that I didn't feel like we had good in my late 40s. I didn't think we had people in Alabama that really represented the people and our will. And I had a career out of being a lead singer of a band for 7 years. And so I was used
Really?
to conversing with people and just enjoying people in general. And I thought to myself, I said, I'm a pretty good businessman. I love our state. Why not give it a try? People seem to like me and trust me, and so here we are. We're kind of in the middle of this thing right now.
Yeah. You's a lead singer to a band?
7 years, man. We
Really?
played all over this country. Yeah, you can check out if you get a chance. We've got a couple of videos. My biggest one was called Lower Alabama,
Hmm.
and it's a great video if you ever get a chance to watch it. As
I
a
didn't
matter of
know
fact,
that.
the lead guitar player on that music is named Chris Lusinger, and he is Garth Brooks' lead guitar player.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the things about you that would make blue collar citizens want to support you in running for governor?
Well, the first thing that they should know is, and the reason they should want to support me is I'm the only candidate that doesn't take special interest money, and it hurts me in the race, not financially, but it helps me in the trust that I'm building with the people in the state. They know that I won't be owned by big corporations. Like I tell people, this is your state, and I work for you.
Sounds good. So,
Yes, sir.
back on that. So, would you be interested in prioritizing?
You cut out on me.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it went mute on me when you were asking that question.
I said, would something you be interested in, like cutting taxes on overtime pay?
Yeah, where I would really like to see the state income tax done away with. I think we already pay taxes to the federal government, and that's plenty. So I would like to see. I don't personally like state income tax, so I kind of feel like a lot of other citizens feel the same way. I would like to see all taxes on essential items that are needed to just to live every day, like food and non-alcoholic beverages and even things like toothpaste and toilet paper and paper towels not taxed here in the state. I think it's a crime shame that you have to pay a tax on something that you just need to really survive and live a normal life.
Uh, what is the first thing you would do if you got elected?
Um, the first thing I would do is take the recliner that Kay Ivy's been sitting in for the last 11 years and throw that thing out to the curb because it's full of cheese nibblers and things like that. So get it. So yeah, after that, I mean, as far as the business goes, I want to get one of the best industry recruiting teams put together here in the nation, and we're going to go after top earning jobs with benefits, healthcare, retirement opportunities, and we're going to do some things like we're going to try to start this Alabama Gaming and Healthcare Fund, which I created and designed, and it's where we have four zoned areas across the state that house all of the full casino gambling, but all of the revenues and profits, and this will be run by state of Alabama employees, overseen by a board that manages this operation and the monies. But what I want this to do is to go out as subsidies for citizens for health care. And if you make $10,000 to $20,000 a year, you would get so much, and in 20 to 30 so much, and so on. And but the thing about it, this has to go towards healthcare. And the other things I want this Alabama Gaming and Healthcare Fund to do is to help uh, slow down these rural hospitals that are getting closed all around the state, that are just not able to compete in today's market. And the third part of it is I want to start mental health, which we basically don't even have in the state of Alabama currently. But we have a lot of people with mental health problems walking around with, quite honestly, nowhere to go. So,
Okay. Uh, so I understand you want to do something for the education in Alabama as well.
yeah, it just doesn't make sense. 46 out of 50 states have the lottery here in the United States, and Alabama is one of the four that doesn't. And it's kind of funny, we rank in that bottom four in education. And the things I want to do is I believe if our legislators will get a law passed where we can get this vote out to the people, I think it'll be an overwhelming yes to the lottery in Alabama. And I want to help some of the lowest paid teachers in the country get paid better. I want to improve upon our buildings. I'm tired of building schools with our money in Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee. Ours are dilapidating, and we want to invest in high tech curriculum programs and things like that. And it's an easy fix if our legislation will just get to work.
Okay, so you would want the lottery money to go towards something like education, and then the casino
Yeah,
and other entertainment industries you'd want to go toward healthcare.
yeah, and then if we want to go ahead and get into what I want to do for infrastructure, natural medicine and medicinal herbs are a global trend, and it's not even a trend. They've been used for thousands of years. Natural products, and I want Alabama. We're a farming state, and I want us to be in the forefront and use our abilities as a farming state to become a leader in natural medicine. And we have some of the best agricultural colleges in the country, and I want to use them as teaching systems to train the professors and things that will teach natural medicine.
I like that. I know a bunch of people that like that as well.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be there's a lot of it. Quite honestly, it's very popular. People are tired of popping pharmaceuticals for everything they need. Yeah, natural medicine's not a dirty word. I mean, you think about it. You can have something that God intended you to have out of the ground, or you can have something from a industrial complex in New Jersey where a bunch of chemicals are packed together in a powder. So.
Yeah. No, when I told my buddies I was doing this, the first thing they wanted to know is what you thought about natural medicine. So
Mhm. Well, now they know.
now they know.
Yeah.
So, what was it like growing up for you in Alabama?
I was really blessed. I come from a blue collar family. My mom only finished the 10th grade of high school. But she was nine of 10 children. Her dad remarried, had another kid after her, but her mom died at birth with her, and she had just a real tough childhood and got treated. People were cruel back in those days when things like that happened, and I had a dad that was a aircraft mechanic, and my mom had a beauty shop in one end of our house for 22 years, and just good working class people, and always supported me. And I was able to get a full football scholarship out of high school up into Tennessee, and was real fortunate to get my education paid for and had a good start in life, but always had great support on the home front.
Oh, I didn't know you played football either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I listened to you on the Baldwin County podcast, but for
yeah,
a little while I didn't know that he's in a band. You
yeah. Well,
played
good.
football
Yeah,
though.
thank you.
What are some of the things that motivate you?
You know, I just I just enjoy life. I like the simple things in life. I just like people being good to each other, people being, trustworthy, and neighbors helping neighbors. And I enjoy fishing. I love to fish in the Gulf in Florida and the bays. As I was telling you, Enterprise, where I live, is right on the Alabama-Florida line. So I love hunting, deer hunting, turkey hunting, dove hunting. I don't get to do as much of it as I'd like to, but I love looking through fields for arrowheads, just simple things in life.
Yeah. You said dove hunting.
Yeah, I love to dove hunt.
You ever did much duck hunting?
No, but let me tell you, I have done some of it. My daughter's boyfriend loves to duck hunt. I have a lot. The only ducks we really have are the wood ducks,
Yeah.
so to speak. So we got a lot of wood ducks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah. Sometimes that duck hunt's a little too much, too early for me when they get out there wading in swamps and stuff like that.
Too cold a lot of the time.
I'm not. I like deer hunting where I can just wake up when I want to and go sit in one of my shooting houses. So.
Yeah. So, what are some things that separate you from the other candidates?
The main thing is all of those guys are inundated with special. Let's just say this: the top contenders in the race are just inundated with special interest money and big corporations favors, and nobody anything as far as corporations. So I'm available to make decisions for the state of Alabama and our citizens. With a free and clear mind. So that's really the main thing, and I believe in listening to all. I'm a person that if it doesn't matter to me what political party, like a legislator or something would be in, if they present a good idea, it's a good idea. And I think you have to be flexible to, get things done. And that's one of the things I've learned in 35 years of business. So,
I agree with that a lot. I do.
yeah,
So,
thank you.
if you could go back in time and talk to your 20-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Um, that is a wild question. I would say, grow up. You're acting like an a-hole. So I was pretty wild at 20s. I was playing college football, so yeah. No, I would just tell myself to always try to be good to people. Always, if somebody's down, don't try to kick them down. And I didn't do that, but I just remind myself of things like that. I believe in humanity and treating people good. That's important to me.
Ready? Uh, well, here I got this one. You answered it a little bit, but we'll get back to it.
All right.
I understand you want to make natural medicine such as cannabis legal. What do you think some of the upsides of that would be?
Well, the thing about it is, if you're realistic, anybody in this country, if you were to tell anybody over 20 years old in this country that you would give them $100,000 if they could find cannabis within an hour, even if they didn't do it or even participate in it, they could find it. My point is, it's this whole country is flooded with it, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to put a safe alternative out there that's lab tested, put something safe out for our people instead of, meeting in back alleys of gas stations and things like that, especially with the fentanyl crisis. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what I say. But anyway, I also say just tax it. And a lot of people say you should heavily tax it. Well, I don't always think the answer is heavily taxing our citizens. I would say the straight general tax, just like if you were buying a pack of gum. I mean, you put the same, because we're going to make more money. And by the way, that would go toward my infrastructure projects in the state, roads, bridges, investing in the Black Belt region of Alabama. So,
Okay. So I understand you're running for the Democratic Party. Uh,
yes, sir.
what views do you have that align with that party?
All my views are just good common sense. Here's the thing about parties. You got to pick one or two to run for governor in the state of Alabama. And so I don't really toe political party lines. I toe the line of common sense. And so, that's I don't I don't you know there's not anything I could say that I'm pretty much right down the middle on my thought process, you know.
Okay. And now I got some questions from viewers that
Okay.
some people asked me to ask you.
Okay.
Alabama Power customers have the highest rates of any consumers in the nation. How can you, as governor, combat what seems to be such a monopoly and get our rates lower?
Well, and the biggest thing we got to do in the state on that is educate our citizens, because now with all this happening, with those rates being hiked up in the state, that people are starting to realize who the Public Service Commission is, an elected board here in the state, and they handle the regulatory and rate exchange between power utility companies, water companies. And so what's happening is a lot of the same people that are getting elected are being backed in those elections by Alabama Power. I mean, our senator here in Alabama, and I've known it for a while, but people are just finding out that her husband is the top lobbyist for Alabama Power. And so that's why she's real quiet about what's happening to our citizens. So, yeah, but the Public Service Commission controls uh, that space here in Alabama, and we get people who I think are going to pay a lot more attention to who they put in office going forward. It's not really a governor thing.
Okay. And I did ask you a little bit about this one, but we'll touch base again on it if you don't mind.
Okay.
Alabama is ranked as one of the lowest in the nation in education. What plans do you have to improve our education system?
Yeah, and as I was mentioning, I'll just go through it briefly. I mean, we've got to get the education lottery going here in Alabama, increase teachers' pay, build newer schools, and invest in technology. I mean, so, and I also want to invest in bringing in some of the top educational program managers from around the country, from top scoring states, and get them here to Alabama and help us get our school program on track.
Okay. So, what's one problem in Alabama you think both parties are pretending to fix instead of actually fixing?
Um, I mean, mental health is one that's just been completely ignored in the state, and I think both parties know it. So, that's why I mean, I am literally the only candidate that offers and introduces plans, and like with the Alabama Gaming and Healthcare Fund, that would alleviate these problems. So, um, most of the candidates just quote statistics but don't have any backbone or plans behind them. So that's kind of one of the different things about this campaign. We tell you what the problem is and how we intend to fix it.
Okay. Um, if you win, what's the first thing you would try to change in the first 100 days?
It's going to start. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to get the best industry recruiting board uh, to work directly with the governor, and we're going to reach out across the globe for high tech industry and get them right there to the state of Alabama and get our people better jobs and opportunities. for healthcare, which will lower our problem naturally with people lacking in healthcare. So that's going to be one of because we're the sixth ranked state in America in poverty, and we've got to improve upon that before we can do anything.
Okay. Uh, Alabama talks a lot about bringing in jobs. How do you make sure those are actually good paying jobs for people already living here?
See, I'm not going to be recruiting assembly plants and things like that. I
Okay.
don't want the jobs that pay $1 more than minimum wage. I'm wanting skilled labor, skilled trade, and that's why I'm introduced the Alabama Job Corps Center, a trade school program, which I also want working within our prison system for nonviolent offenders. I think if we can get that we have a lot of people in prison because of our poverty in our state. Desperation seeks in on people and gets them in trouble. But I think if while they're in prison, we can get these people learning a trade and possibly coming out of prison with a license, we won't see the recidivism, which is people going in and out on a revolving door. That's what we've got to stop. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Think you're went mute on me.
Am I there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your plan for small towns that feel left behind while bigger cities keep getting the attention?
Yeah, and that's a big problem in our state. Most of the industry now is going around Huntsville, Alabama, and I mean, they've gotten tens of thousands of high tech jobs, and they keep stacking them on there. In which the mayor of Huntsville is a really good friend of mine, Mayor Tommy Battle, and he's done an exceptional job. But it's going to be my job as governor to identify areas of the state and see what that area in that county is strong in, whether it be aerospace or medical, and recruit industry based off of that and try to build these towns. We've got to get the property values up in some of our rural areas because a lot of people don't know this. The property taxes are what funds the the schools, local school system. And so we've got a lot of areas that are some areas that are crime ridden and things like that. And the reason they're crime ridden is there's no opportunities, really, so to speak, for people to make a living. So that's economic development is at the top priority.
How would you lower the cost of living for working families in Alabama?
You can't really lower the cost of living, but you can increase the livable wages, and that's what we're going to be working, trying to bring better jobs to do that. I don't think the cost of living is going to go down. So
Okay. What industry should Alabama bet big on over the next 10 years?
aerospace, medical, that's what we're strong at in Alabama. And a lot of people don't surprisingly know that with all the problems we have in Alabama, we're one of the top medical states with one of the top medical colleges in the country, the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and then University of South Alabama. And then we're huge in aerospace because we have a lot of military bases. They fly here in the state. So, yeah. All right.
All right. But yeah, as somebody that did vote red last election, all red, well, with recent choices, I've decided to be more independent. But
Yeah, good.
yeah, I like a lot of what you're saying. It's really intriguing me and supporting you this election.
Well, well, I appreciate it, man. And I'm probably gonna have to check out of here in just a minute. I got a couple of these scheduled up for tonight, and but I want you to know I really thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and it's great to have young people like you involved and using your platform to just educate other people your age, and I really appreciate that a lot. And hope all of them will come over to our Facebook page, Chad Chigmartin for Governor of Alabama on Facebook. They can find us at www.chadchigmartin.com. So, yeah, and we'll do this again.
Yes, sir. Now, I was a little nervous to do this. This did feel a little different than just talking to my buddies on the couch, to be honest. But
Yeah. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, man. It's real important to get out to young people across the state. And that's why we do these. And I mean, you getting this platform out to all your friends like you do is a great help to our campaign, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, all right, buddy. You take care of yourself, man.
You,
Thank you.
you too. Have a good one.
All right, buddy. Take care. All right. Come here, give me a hug.
You did a good job.
You look beautiful.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look beautiful.
Yeah, I'm kind of in my house, right? Are you? It's cold in here. See,
Let me turn it up.
Let's see here. He forgot to turn his stream off. Okay. Let's turn this back on. Could you guys hear any of that, bro?